Hey everyone, Renmar here. MPL Philippines Week 2 Day 1 just finished, and we had two really awesome series in RSG PH versus Bren Esports, which was won by RSG PH 2-0, and Next Play EVOS versus Blacklist International, which was such a blockbuster match that ended in a 2-1 win for Next Play EVOS. But for this video, I want to analyze Bren Esports versus RSG PH. Maybe to get a little bit more understanding with what's going on in Bren Esports, or what we can tell that might be going on with them in game, and to also understand why RSG PH is such on a roll right now. So this is going to be the topic of the video. We're going to be analyzing Game 1 and Game 2 of RSG Philippines versus Bren Esports. Alright, so let's get out of this big screen, go to that little screen. There we go. No transition needed. And let's look at the draft of these two teams. So for the bans, RSG decided to take out a very safe pick in the Selena. Of course, you don't want to give the Selena on the hands of Few. Few is very experienced with that Selena. He's well known for it. You don't want the chance that you'll get picked off. That's why you also take away the Cho. And at the same time, RSG didn't also want that vision capability that a Selena can get. Also, Cho is the reason why he's one of the best roamers right now, is other than his mobility to allow him to survive, of course, his way of the dragon to get that pick off, his mobility and the extra shield he gets from, that Shunpo, it allows him to really check the bushes relatively safely and get away just in time. And of course, RSG decided to take away the Paquito. They could have first picked it, but they decided it looks like, okay, they're going to be doing something else, so they take it out. Later on, they take away the Hayabusa and the Karina, because going into the second phase, Bren Esports hasn't shown their jungler yet. So, just so that they'll be safe in terms of, okay, we don't have to worry about the Hayabusa or the Karina on the hands of Saksa, we'll take it out. So you take away three very strong jungler picks: Paquito, the Hayabusa, and the Karina, which means that, okay, there's a chance maybe Bren Esports will pick up the Lancelot or maybe even the Ling. That's why RSG decided to first pick the Lancelot. But before that, let's go to the bans of Bren Esports. Of course, on the red side, they take away the Valentina, and the Glue. Glue is a worthy first pick now if he's open. Very strong for the meta we have now, which also puts a lot of importance in just really having a balanced lineup with a strong back line, and Glue can really, really mess that up. They also take away the Phobius, which is a sign for RSG that, okay, maybe that means Bren Esports will want to pick up a lineup that has a lot of dashes, maybe. Okay. And so, Bren Esports, in the second phase, they'll also take away the Rafaela and the Kufra, because going into the second phase, RSG didn't show their roam pick yet. So, just doing some good housekeeping, they take away those as well. And at the same time, Bren Esports takes away another option that is great for heroes, that is great against heroes with dashes, which is the Kufra. So, RSG's thinking, okay, they don't want a lot of dashes, so okay, we'll take the dashes. So they pick up the Lancelot. They don't have to worry about the Kufra and the Phobius anymore. And at the same time, you get a comfort pick there for Demon Kite. Let's see if he'll be rocking it with a Demon Slayer jungling talent emblem, which is very popular right now, especially with SDZ, YZ, MP the King, and Wise also used it even before MPL, and it has been fairly popular in the ranked games before, like way back already. And in RSGPH, their next first three picks, or their two picks to round out the first three, will be the Sicilian and the Esmeralda. Since Bren Esports took away a strong mage and the Valentina, they took away also one of the favorite picks here for Aqua, which is the Kagura. They take away this the Sicilian, which you're wondering, why didn't they pick up something like the Farsa or the Eve? I think RSG at the same time was also worrying with, if they show that, Bren Esports could have easily picked up something like the Yuzong to mess that up. And since RSG didn't ban out the Yuzong, they think, okay, we can't pick anyone super stationary right now. So yes, Sicilian doesn't also have the best mobility, but at least he can move around with his ultimates. And at the same time, the zoning out and the constant damage that his Bat's Feast provides, it's also a good zoning tool, a good source of damage, which will be very helpful. They pick up the Esmeralda, a very safe XP laner pick. She is just a solid pick. You can't go that wrong with an Esmeralda. You just have to make sure that she doesn't get completely bullied in lane, because if that happens, well, too bad for your Esmeralda. For the Bren Esports picks, they pick up the Dairoth and the Edith to help round out their 3 picks. And so the Dairoth actually is a pick that the pro players see as a natural counter to the Esmeralda. Because yes, Esmeralda has great sustain, but Dairoth has the damage, and he backs that damage. Wolf made a very good point in the English stream that usually you'll see Dominance Ice get rocked by the Dairoth first because of the anti-healing that you want to get, and along with the slows, so that you can fully maximize your combination. And going up against Esmeralda, that would have made sense, even though Dominance Ice, he won't be able to get the mana out of that. Dairoth doesn't have mana. He has a different energy resource. But later on, Flap actually went with the War Axe first before the Dominance Ice, which also makes sense because, you know, that's still a good item for him there. Now for the last 2 picks, and this is the moment where I felt like it really swung the draft in the favor of RSG. Matilda and Beatrix were still open. Beatrix is a very strong pick, no matter how much she gets nerfed. Wesker is a popular item for her now, or Wesker is a popular weapon for her ever since I think White Chicken started using it a lot in M3, which is her shotgun. And usually the combination of the shotgun, pretty much you see the pros shuffle everything, but they really seem to like making the most out of Nibiru, her submachine gun pistols, Wesker, her shotgun, and Renner, her sniper. Yeah, those 3. And Eman is really great with being able to juggle through the Beatrix guns and switching them up based on the situation needed. They also pick up the Matilda, which means a lot more shields for the team. You get a lot more shields for the Esmeralda, of course. You can quickly get to half bar if it ever gets to that point, you know, the half shield. And then at the same time, you get mobility. You get a relatively okay source of damage if you can target all the wisps onto one. Strong engagement tool, and that's what's very important, because the RSG lineup with the Lancelot, Esmeralda, and the Matilda can absolutely rip through this Bren Esports lineup if they're not careful. Their only main source of peeling will be actually the Edith. The Kagura can peel somewhat in the sense that, okay, not really peel, but zone out, you know, and slow down and burst down with their ultimate. And of course, Clint has his second skill, which can just really allow him to dash back and at the same time root someone as a means of keeping him alive. But if RSG can avoid that, which since you have the instant backline access with the Matilda, it's going to be hard for Bren Esports to survive, and that's actually what we saw in the game. But Bren Esports, they decided, okay, we'll pick up the Clinton, the solid marksman pick, and we'll also pick up the Fanny, which, okay, if RSG decide to really dive our backline, we'll have this one hero to rip through yours. Because what are you going to do if the Matilda, Esmeralda, and Lancelot are left alone? Because somehow Saxa would have been able to get to the back line and take down that Beatrix, take down that Sicilian. RSG also do not have that really crazy source of crowd control to really stop that Fanny, which, okay, this pick really makes sense. So let's now hop into the game and look at some of the key moments and see how RSG beat Bren Esports with the fastest game time so far this season. Okay, so not much happened at the beginning of the match, so let's go into the first turtle fight of the game, wherein Bren Esports would actually get a win here. Flap got a kill. They decided to contest this. If you look here in the map, actually Saxa is busy stealing the purple buff away from, or actually securing his purple buff rather. And since the Fanny didn't have the purple buff, it's going to be hard to operate this Fanny with a purple buff. RSG probably also had an idea that this was happening because they're wondering, okay, if you Joyboy and Flap are here, but where is Saxa? Is he just waiting to steal? But look at the buff timers. Demon Kite knows the purple buff on the enemy side is up because his purple buff is up. And since Saxa's not here, okay, he's probably taking it. And you'll see here in the sequence, Joyboy gets a beautiful knock up there. Few gets a great follow-up as well. And Flap will be able to secure the kill there onto Light. So, good start for Flap and relatively okay start for Bren. They won the first skirmish of the game. Saxa doesn't look like he'll be able to start this turtle because doesn't have a lot of help, so he'll have to continue getting his farm. Joy Boy was forced to go back and heal up, and so this first turtle won't be started until Joy Boy comes back. Just doing some housekeeping here. As you can see the map, they get the Litho Wanderer. Saxa knows, okay, Demon Kite, they saw in the fight he didn't have his purple buff, so that means he got his purple. If he's not here, then he's probably in the orange buff getting that. So Bren Esports are just zoning out. Great zone out by Joy Boy. Saxa decided to go after the kill though onto Light, leaving him a little bit, how do I say, vulnerable there. So RSG has now positioned to actually check out what's happening here. Demon Kite might be able to steal the turtle. And again, Lancelot is one of the best, if not the best, at securing those turtles at this point in the game. Quick look at the emblem though. No Demon Slayer, he's actually rocking the killing spree. So Demon Kite is thinking, okay, there might be a lot of skirmishes, so we'll go with that. And because of that, RSG were able to get that turtle because of the zoning that they did, the recovery. Saxa deciding to try and force out Light, which made sense because of his mobility. If he was able to whittle down, or they got to take down Light, then that would have been a sign for Bren Esports to go for the turtle because RSG wouldn't have their roamer. Later on though, here in the bottom lane, great response here by Few to help out, but Joy Boy would get taken out and Demon Kite would almost get taken out there by Saxa. Let's fast forward to the next major point, which is actually now, not a fast forward. Here, it's important that that happened. Flap being taken down by Naths. RSG getting the turtle, and then Naths getting that kill on the Flap sort of balances out the start that Bren Esports had, which is of course Flap getting that early kill. So now things are a little bit more balanced, and yeah, now we'll fast forward to the next major moment of the game. Now let's look at this moment wherein Demon Kite actually got to steal away the orange buff of Saxa as the turtle was about to spawn. So with that buff advantage, Demon Kite actually still has the shield from the last turtle up. Bren Esports, okay, have to make sure Saxa gets something, so they'll wait for Saxa to get that purple buff. First tower of the game already destroyed in the bottom lane. Not a good start here because that means Super Marco then will have to find another source of farm. He might get more from the mid lane. They might lane switch. So now let's look at what's happening here in the Lord. Joy Boy positioned. Knows that Demon Kite is going to be able to take it, or is on the way to taking it. Saxa is there for the attempt to steal, but instead they decide to go for Eman to try to get a win out of there. Maybe would have been too risky if Bren Esports decided to go for that turtle. Not going to be able to get anything. Joy Boy would almost get caught, or would he get caught here? No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't get caught. So that's the second turtle now for RSG. It's still very close, but at this point of the game, this lead might be worrying. And the fact that you got another kill, even more worrying. And even more worrying is this, that by 6 minutes and 37, or around that timestamp, RSG already got the mid lane tower. And in a lineup that has a Fanny, or a hero that is very dependent on the purple buff, that's bad. Again, the mid lane is the gateway into the jungle of your opposing team. If you can take down that tower, you have already a lot of control in the map. Bren Esports would trade it out though, just to sort of alleviate the pressure, give them maybe an area that Naths will have to respond to and clear out. They clear out the top lane tower. But at this point, Bren Esports already lost their mid tower and their bottom tower. And as you can see in the map, members of RSG are already leaking into the jungle of Bren to get info. And they even got a shot there into Super Marco with the Renner sniper from Eman. So now he'll be forced back. A little bit later, we're going to be seeing here again the strengths of being able to take down your opponent's mid lane tower. Almost a free purple buff here, but at the end, Saxa was still actually able to get his purple buff. But it wasn't the perfect situation for Bren Esports in that team fight. RSG just ran over them. Saxa got taken out, Few got taken out, and Joyboy almost got taken out as well. And even though Saxa got his purple buff, that's good because that's one less resource for Demon Kite, less gold. He still got taken out. So now at this point, RSG are in full control. 4k gold lead, 3 towers broken. Nas and Eman pushing top. They have great positioning ready for the Lord area. As you can see their formation here. Demon Kite just getting his purple buff. These three, I'm gonna cut it out, but I actually spaced out after that last thing I said. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is RSG just are in great formation right now to get this tower and at the same time take this Lord. Full map control. Bren Esports decide to take this fight. Joyboy gets a knock up onto Light. Eman, that was such a great Nibiru's passion. If you saw it just now, because that was able to zone out the members of Bren Esports looking to go through here and position themselves where they could freely hit, especially Super Marco and Few. Eman, Nibiru's passion, forcing them back. Joyboy was low. Few goes in with the full-on combo. Sanguine Claws hits Few and Joyboy. They get taken out. And because of that 5 to 3 man advantage, RSG will be able to get this turret and they'll be able to get that Lord. And so with the Lord marching with them, RSG will be able to take this win. Saxa tries to whittle down members of RSG so that maybe they'll be forced back a bit. Think twice about going in for the final endgame push. But RSG only lose Light. Triple kill there for Eman. They even juggle the tower, hit a bit. Just for safety, RSG takes game 1. Going into game number 2, Bren Esports decided to change some things up in the draft. They still kept the Kagura pick, but now they have things like the Cho, Esmeralda, Paquito, Beatrix. A very balanced draft by Bren Esports. And on the side of RSG, they pick up the Eve, very strong with contesting objectives, along with the Lancelot. They're going to be really strong with contesting objectives for sure. They also have, and were able to pick up the Kufra, just so that they don't have to worry so much about something being able to block their dashes. But at this point, they already know that it is going to be the Cho in the roam role. Seeing that Cho, Esmeralda, and Paquito together in the lineup, that's almost always going to be Cho playing the roam. So RSG, actually surprising that they were able to get away with a Kufra pickup, but Bren Esports were probably thinking, okay, they might pick up the Rafaela, which is really strong with a strong pick there for Light. It's also going to empower that 1-1, and at the same time, maybe RSG will pick up the Dairoth because, you know, we have the Esmeralda, and we picked up a Dairoth against their Esmeralda earlier. But this meant that the Kufra was open for RSG. And RSG at the end, they also pick up a solid pickup, historically speaking, for Naths, which is that Tom. So this is, with these two lineups, you can't say that one team won the draft over the other. I would have liked if Bren Esports banned out that Kufra alongside that Rafaela so that you get to pinch RSG more in terms of their options for the tank. But other than that, it's a very great draft by Bren Esports. It's a very great draft by RSG, playing to their strengths. People might be thinking that Wan might be a bit of a question mark, but because of her needles and flowers already acting as like a purify, should be good. And at the same time, with how the fights on the side of RSG are going to be looking like, it really looks like they have a strong front lineup along with a lot of slows and crowd control from the Eve to give room for the 1-1 to get so that she'll be able to hit all those marks so that she can get her ultimate proc. So love the draft from these two teams. Just like game number 1, we'll start this off from the turtle take. Watch Aqua on the map and where he'll position. Watch Joyboy and Saxa as well. Demon Kite pushes that turtle back. Saxa actually not going to be able to get there in time, or in the battle of Red Trees, it was Demon Kite who was able to get his off first. Aqua comes in, waiting to see the situation. They get the turtle. Okay. And he sees this is perfect for me because Joy Boy low, Flap is low, Few, let's see if we'll target that. But because Flap and Joy Boy are closer, it looks like the best targets are gonna be Flap and Joy Boy. Oh, Saksa was actually there too. Saksa got taken out. Joy Boy gets taken out. Flap is gonna be able to get away. Bad start for Bren Esports. Great start for RSG. See that gold gap already, 1k, but that is still very early in the game. But first turtle and the double kill there for Aqua, who has the mystery shop emblem, again, emblem talent, meaning that he gets his items at 90% of the price. So with that double kill, he'll be able to get his items much quicker. And Aqua was so great in this game, which you'll see in the other highlights I'm gonna show. I want to show this sequence, really sick sequence. Flap goes in, but Demon Kite probably didn't know the Flap was there, but was just thinking, okay, I'm gonna help clear this minion wave. He was able to dash it. I bet even he was surprised a bit. But see his dash formation, he dashes here, uses the Thorn Rose. Few goes in, he gets hit by the Thorn Rose in the attempt of taking down Demon Kite. Aqua able to counter, and he'll be able to burn down Few. The ticking damage from the retribution of Demon Kite lands on Few, so he gets the kill and he gets the slight heal from that as well. And he'll be able to avoid it with another Thorn Rose. Aqua really making the most out of that real world manipulation ultimate to slow down and damage the members of Bren, and that was a win for RSG. Very small thing, but it just shows it's like 20-30% luck and just 100+% of RSG reacting so well as a team. Cannot blame Bren for trying to get that pick off. It was just, wow, how did Demon Kite avoid all that? You know, there was that kind of feeling on the side of Bren Esports. So we'll go to the next turtle, which has already been started by RSG, but Joy Boy, Saksa, they're in relatively good position to contest. With how fast this turtle is going down, by the time Flap gets there, he might just be able to get there in time for a falling star moon right as it's about to go down, or he's gonna be the cleanup crew help alongside Few, who is still having to clear minions there in the mid lane. So Joy Boy goes in, try to get something out. Saksa really just waiting for his opportunity. By the way, look at this split cam here in the bottom. Aqua and Eman are actually forcing out Super Marco, so there's only 3 members of RSG here versus the Bren 4. You get a knock up onto Naths, but with a Thorn Rose Retribution that goes onto the hands of Demon Kite, could be just a whole mess of a fight here, which with all the damage being dished out was actually Few who was able to get the kill there onto Naths. Demon Kite is still very healthy though. He can go for a chase if he wants to. Light's there to back him up. Demon Kite getting Few down with a Thorn Rose, and Light with that massive Tyrant's Rage. He didn't even use Tyrant's Revenge to get past the wall. He loaded up the ultimate, faced the other way, flickered, capturing Saksa, opening up the kill for Demon Kite. He'll also be able to chase down Flap. Look at the damage, triple kill for DK. Could have potentially chased down Joy Boy too, but he didn't. And in the bottom lane, just to add insult to injury because of Aqua's help, Eman was able to solo Super Marco. Eman was also really low, but he was just able to get the ultimate off in time. And again, RSG break the first mid lane turret. By 8 minutes and 30 seconds, Bren Esports were actually able to get a turtle for themselves, being able to secure the 3rd turtle of the game. And they've lost all their outer turrets, but relatively you could say that they're still in the game, and you can see them trying to make a play here. In the mid lane, Flap is there, giving info to Bren Esports that you have 2 members of RSG just there in the mid lane. You have Tams, you have Eve, you have Naths and Aqua. Top lane, I'm pretty sure they also saw Eman, so at most there'll only be 2 members of RSG who'll be able to defend this bot lane tower, which they're really eyeing out for. Flap decides to go to the top lane because he will need to defend that against that 1-1. RSG at this point do know or have an idea that, okay, there are 2 people coming in from mid lane. 3 at most, potentially, but we also don't know where Light is at this point. But let's try to make a play out of this. So they're gonna be here. Joy Boy is waiting for the flank. Naths comes in. Demon Kite helping clear. Bren's just gonna be hard focusing this tower, and now don't even get that last hit. Not even the minions able to get it. In the top lane, Flap is defending from Eman, and Naths gets the slows alongside Aqua. Aqua got the slows with the Void Crystal, and Light gets a crazy Tyrant's Rage. Ultimate by Aqua. There is no getting out of this on the side of Bren Esports. They were just completely caught. They tried to go for that. And, oh, I actually saw that wrong. Light wasn't there. Light was in the back waiting for Bren Esports, covering their escape. And he does. He lands a Tyrant's Revenge, and he'll be able to take down, help take down Joy Boy and a few who are running away. And with that 4K and another triple kill for Demon Kite, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. I think he did get a triple kill. Yeah. That opened up the Lord for RSG and Bren Esports. Yeah, for RSG and Bren Esports will not be able to do anything after this. The Lord marched top side for RSG. No more inhibitor for Bren there, and this is the final play of the game that secured the victory. Demon Kite letting that damage over time just get that last hit on that orange buff. He'll still get it. Demon Kite goes in. Flap will get slowed. Damage. Phantom Execution by Demon Kite. Flap will be able to get away. Light goes in. Doesn't land, but RSG, they still have momentum and they can still apply the pressure. Mid lane wave, they have a wave coming down bottom lane, so it's okay. Round 2, let's try this again. Light charging it up. He does not have the flicker, but he does land on Joy Boy. And now you already see the ultimate of the 1-1 procced up and the damage dished out. Few doing what he can, but Winter Truncheon for Aqua keeps him alive. Few, even with that burst damage, was just not enough to take down the members of RSG. Saxa goes down. So at this point, it's only Flap and Super Marco left. Double kill, killing spree. Demon Kite to the back line. Triple kill for Demon Kite. Double kill for Eman. That's all she wrote. And RSG wins that series. With that win, by the end of week 2, day 1, RSG are now at a 3-way tie for Echo and TNC in the top of the standings. They're the only teams with perfect records so far this season. But by the end of week 2, day 2, RSG has a chance to actually take the top spot if Echo or TNC win the series 2-1. Because if that happens and RSG gets to sweep Omega, RSG will be the only team with a perfect record by the end of week 2, day 2. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and hopefully you learned something. If you're a Bren fan, comment down below what you think Bren Esports needs to do, or just show your support for Bren Esports. You know, I'm sure the players would love seeing all your messages of support and love towards them. We know they need it, and we know how much it means to the players to hear that from you. And for the Raiders, for the RSG fans, comment down below what you love about RSG this season, and at the same time also show your love for RSG. Tell them whatever you want to tell them. Just show them love. All right, thank you so much for watching. Again, this has been a Reptar, Renmar, call me whatever, analyst for the English stream of MPL Philippines. See you on the next one.